Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I want to talk about a movie that my friend Jeff sold me for a really good price. Pale Blood. Thank you, Jeff. This is a Vinegar Syndrome release. My friend Andy loves this movie. We've been talking about it recently, and I've spoken about it before in my Wings Hauser video. So if you're a fan of him, this comes recommended. This is a 1990 vampire movie. It was most likely filmed in the late 80s and then just got released in 1990. It has a very 80s feel to it, and it's about this detective who comes to California to investigate these vampire murders, so called vampire murders. And he meets up with this, I think she's like a local reporter or kind of a detective trainee or something like that. I forget what she is. I want to say she's a reporter. And he meets up with her and they have a relationship. Like you could tell they like care about each other, and they're trying to hone in on who's killing these women and what's happening. Meanwhile, you have Wings Hauser chewing up the scenery as always. He's great. And he is an erotic videographer who does some kind of weird skin flicks and kind of, I guess, is skeezy. And he runs into the detective from the film while he's filming something, and he notices, and I'm not really giving away anything, he notices the detective is weird and also at one point disappears out of frame. So he's suspect of this detective. You don't know who the killer is. You don't know, what's going on and why this vampire is killing people. If it's actually a vampire, you don't really know till the near the end of the film. So that's a little bit of a twist, though I think most people would see it coming. And then at the very end of the film, there's another twist that I didn't see coming. So I enjoyed that. I thought it was cool. It has a great 80s vibe to it, and there's a rock band. They say it's punk rock. I don't know if I'd consider it punk, but maybe, called Agent Orange. And they do 3 or 4 songs on the soundtrack. I enjoyed the soundtrack so much that right after watching the movie again, I downloaded all of the music and put it on my flash drive in my car. It's like, kind of 80s upbeat, kind of rhythmic, repetitive music. I enjoy that, so it went right on my flash drive. So very cool. There are scenes that seem chopped up in between the band Agent Orange singing, sort of to set the vibe and set the tone. It's a little bit of a filler situation sometimes, but the music is so cool and it goes perfectly with the vibe of the film that it doesn't really detract from it. It's just different than some people make movies. It stars George Chakiris from West Side Story as the main detective, and trying to think the woman's name. Anyhow, um, I think it might be Darcy DeMoss, but anyhow, it's not a sleazy movie by any means. It's more of kind of like a light vampire movie with a light story, but it's fun. I think it's engaging. I love the 80s setting and the 80s music. The atmosphere and the vibe of the film is really cool. I'm shocked this isn't one I've heard of before because, as a teenager and stuff, I always looked up vampire movies. I love The Lost Boys. Near Dark is great. I've watched things like Vamp and all these other vampire films over the years that you hear about, and I had never heard of this one. So this is a pleasant surprise to me, and I'm very happy my friend Jeff had it and was willing to let it go for such a good price. It goes for usually around $20, a little high, but a fun film. It was scanned and restored in 2K from the 35mm interpositive. It has an Understanding Immortality interview with the director Vivi Dashin Yu and an interview with actress Darcy DeMoss and reversible cover art. The movie is from 1990, has subtitles, and runs 93 minutes. You want like a light, late night kind of Cinemax HBO vampire movie? Check this out. It's pretty damn fun. So let me know, guys, if you've seen Pale Blood. I enjoyed this one way more than I thought I would, especially on my second viewing. It did even more for me, and this is one I could see myself coming back to in the future. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.